Disclaimer: the video you are about to see has content that contains swearing, substance referencing, violence, and/or partial on-screen nudity. If you are a person under 13 years of age, do not watch this video by order of COPPA. In general, if you are over 13 but are sensitive, you may exit this video and find a nice wholesome video to watch. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey there guys, Jordan here, back with another reaction video, and Death Battle is back. And boy, looks like we have ourselves a very amazing death battle starting off after its hiatus. And this death battle is going to be James Bond versus John Wick. Oh, a secret agent versus a master assassin. This should be very interesting, because I have heard more about James Bond and John Wick, and they seem to be expert in martial arts, and they rarely, if ever, get injured themselves. But hey, let's see how these two go against each other in whatever scenario they're in. Alright, and here we go.
James Bond, the world-famous secret agent 007.
John Wick, the legendary hitman who did the impossible.
Whether they fly solo or operate on behalf of the government, the world is filled with professional killers of all shapes and sizes.
But which one of cinema's super assassins is packing parabellum, and which one will live to die another day? He's
wow.
Boasting.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, first up, James Bond.
From the shores of Crab Key to the crab stables of Casino Royale, from Russia with Love to Moonraker at the edge of outer space, no man has saved the world more times than Bond.
James Bond. He's the OG action hero, the slickest Scot there ever was, the coldest warrior of the swinging 60s.
After a climbing accident in the French...
Background: height 6 feet 183 centimeters, weight 167 pounds, 76 kilograms, age 42, Royal Navy Commander, trademark Martini, the Vesper, favorite tailor, Savile Row, based on Hoagie Carmichael, lacks a delicatessen in stainless steel. Well, that is quite the background, especially the part about the delicatessen.
French Alps took his parents, the young James studied abroad and graduated to the Ministry of Defense, just in time for World War II.
He rose through the ranks, quickly becoming a commander of the Royal Navy. And when you find the thing you're good at, in his case one murder, never do it for free.
So after the war, James decided on her...
Though it is a popular fan theory, James Bond is not a code name. His parents are Andrew and Monique Delacroix Bond, and each Bond from Connery to Brosnan is the same person. So yeah, James Bond is not a code name, that's his actual name. But I knew that from the start, and it seems that a lot of people didn't. So there's that.
Her Majesty's Secret Service and became a special agent of MI6. And they were so impressed, he was given his first 2 state-sanctioned assassinations. With this baptism in blood, Bond was granted the legendary 00 status and a license to kill with impunity.
As the premier defender of the West, Agent 007 is a jack of all trades when it comes to kicking commie ass and terrorist ass. And basically everyone's ass for the past 60 years. From the novels to the movies to the comics and games, he's been rebooted tons of times, but they're all still Bond.
Bond is a master of infiltrate.
While the Daniel Craig era of Bond films follow their own continuity separate from the previous films, Bond himself is not so different a character that he cannot be composited. Ah, So even though the current actor of Bond, Daniel Craig, does his own continuity, his character is not a different character that he can't be changed whatsoever. So yeah, no matter which actor plays Bond, he's the same Bond. I guess that makes sense.
Disguise, acrobatics, driving, diving, skiing, boating, climbing, horseback riding, airplane pilot, swordsman, knife fighter, knife thrower, people thrower.
And
Wow.
gamer. Bond carries his classic Walter PPK, among the world's first successful double-action semi-automatic pistols. While it only carries 9 rounds, its small size makes it optimal for concealment.
And a microdermal sensor in the grip coded to Bond's fingerprint means only he can fire it.
It even comes with unique ammo that breaks apart upon entry and creates 8 exit wounds. Traveling like a bullet, but hitting like a shotgun.
Especially deadly considering Bond has the golden eye of an expert marksman, able to take out a room of armed guards in a single second, or shoot the fuel tank of a helicopter from a speeding boat a quarter of a mile away.
He's just as deadly disarmed. Bond combines multiple martial arts like judo, boxing, Krav Maga, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu, allowing him to keep up even when outnumbered.
This mix of styles is likely the Welsh self-defense system known as Goshinquai, which is taught by the modern Special Air Service.
Though that all pales in comparison to his greatest ability.
Oh.
Laying down pipe. He's so proficient at seduction, it actually feels more like a superpower.
Look, we're not kidding.
Wow.
The female assassin sent to kill him so thoroughly, she threw herself in front of the bullet meant for him. She knew him for less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes
Wow.
Bond does stuff I can only describe as superhero shit. Look at this. So why not follow that impulse and give him some superhero gadgets too?
Developed by MI6's resident quartermaster, Q, Bond's spy gadgetry often complements his knack for problem solving and quick thinking.
He's got a pen that'll explode after 3 clicks and disarm after a 4th, an Omega Seamaster watch that can shoot a laser beam, a cigarette that fires a miniature rocket, and C4 toothpaste that can be remotely detonated. Probably a safer bet than that pen, especially if you're a compulsive clicker like me. Wait, was I on 3 or 4?
He also occasionally wears a lightweight
Arsenal, standard, Walther PPKS, sniper rifles, revolvers, rocket launchers, machine guns, knives, shotguns, grenades. Gadgets, attaché case, laser watch, exploding pen, bell rocket belt, ultrasonic cufflinks, wrist-mounted dart gun, echolocation earbuds, X-ray smartphone, Aston Martin DB5. Wow. That sure is a lot of gadgets. Not exactly sure how his opponent will fare against them. But maybe we'll see what he's capable of, and then maybe we can see the comparison.
bulletproof vest, as well as a garrote wire for quiet kills and a grappling hook hidden within his belt buckle.
That's only the semi-normal shit. He's carried earbuds that give him super hearing, X-ray shades, ultrasonic cufflink grenades, a stun gas keychain, a cell phone taser, exploding remote-controlled drones, a nanosuit that turns him completely invisible, and a frigging jetpack. You've gotta have a hell of a pair of thunderballs to piss off a crazy Scot riding one of those.
But his greatest weapon is the one, the only,
His dick!
the Aston Martin DB5.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about him. Never mind. This absolute beauty isn't just good looks. She's packing front-mounted machine guns, oil slicks, smoke screens, and of course, the ejector seat. Oh, and good luck trying to break in. This baby is insanely bulletproof. Like, just look at this. It won't stop. Still going. Still going.
Q has
Wow.
provided vehicles over the years with ever more insane features, like a submarine transformation, light-bending holograms, and a remote control built into Bond's phone.
Ah, just look at him. Living his best life. And why wouldn't he? He's a globe-trotting ladies' man with the UK Treasury as his personal credit card. He's got the world in the palm of his hand.
But for some, the world is not enough. Though Bond's iterations may vary, one thing remains throughout. Behind that debonair smile and British wit is a broken, soulless shell. A man only good for killing.
I guess it's
Wow.
no surprise that a dude who smokes up to 70 cigarettes a day and routinely drinks enough to enter a coma might have a death wish.
Now, James wasn't always like this. Not long after getting his 00, he found love, and loved so much he left the Secret Service behind.
But there are some lives you can't escape, and some lives you can't save, no matter how hard you try. Sometimes all that's left is to kill the love inside you until all that matters is revenge.
There's no denying Bond's psychopathic tendencies. He's killed hundreds of enemy combatants over his career and might just enjoy the act of torture.
But what makes me respect him is he never forgets a pun afterward.
All that hate and regret wrapped up into one man with nothing to live for. The perfect assassin for a dying empire.
Bond is strong enough to hold his own.
Feats. Overcame a lobotomy with the power of love. Stole a skydiver's parachute mid-drop. Often knocks out henchmen in one punch. Crushed a man's skull in flip-flops. Dodged the Solex agitator laser beam. Survived 13 Gs without passing out. Tortured in North Korea for 14 months. Defeated Le Chiffre, Red Grant, Gustav Graves, Soften. My god. Those are some impressive feats. But then again, his opponent has done much more serious feats. But we'll see how they go.
Against superhuman henchmen like Oddjob and Jaws, who can lift a van off the ground.
He survived being blasted by a Stinger missile, falling hundreds of feet into a river, and having his eggs scrambled.
At his best, he's even fast enough to dodge gunfire nearly point blank, and missiles, while in freefall, and still shoot people. This is the superhero shit we were talking about.
Time and time again, he's outsmarted criminal masterminds like Dr. No, Goldfinger, and Scaramanga, the man with the golden gun. He's even bested the worst of them all, his arch nemesis, the international terrorist, Blofeld.
In 2 different timelines, no less. And plot twist, in the second, Blofeld was Bond's long lost adopted brother. Which, if I recall correctly, also happened in Austin Powers. But that's why we love the old Scottish so-and-so. Who else could escape a giant space laser by kite-surfing on a tsunami? What more can we say about 007? He's got the best job in the business, and nobody does it better.
Alright, next up, John Wick.
Screw up, like really badly. Like, make the worst mistake ever. So bad you're just for the rest of your life?
Yes. Let's lay out a hypothetical. You see a car that you like, but its owner won't sell. So, you follow him home, beat him senseless, steal his car, and kill his dog.
The dog his beloved wife gifted him after she died very recently. So yeah, pretty big mistake.
And this man, well, he just happens to be the single deadliest assassin in the entire world.
He may be called Baba Yaga, but he's not the boogeyman. He's the one you sent to kill the goddamn boogeyman, John Wick. So yeah, that's one pretty huge mistake.
The full story of this specter is almost non-existent, but rumor has it he was trained by the...
Background. Full name, Jonathan Wick. Knee, Jardani Jovanovic. Height, 6'1", 185 centimeters. Place of birth, Belarus. Raised by Ruska Roma. Sigma male. Aliases, Baba Yaga, the Devil, the legendary Hitman. Boy, that background certainly does strike fear into many hearts. I bet not even the boldest killers can go up against someone with that kind of moniker.
The Ruska Roma crime syndicate from a young age, before moving to America and making a name for himself in its criminal underworld.
Terrifying enough to scare the living daylights out of even the most hardened murderers.
Wick is a master martial artist, combining several schools into an all-purpose fighting style that focuses on maximum efficiency with minimal effort.
Almost no one who has fought him directly has lived to tell the tale, so which specific forms he practices are for his eyes only. So why don't we look at the martial arts used to prepare for the movies by everyone's favorite immortal, Keanu Reeves.
Reeves combined Sambo, Aikido, Judo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for defensive joint locks, throws, and wrestling moves to avoid as much damage to...
It is speculated that Wick was a former member of the United States Marine Corps, given the Fortis Fortuna a d'Ivoire tattoo on his back. Oh, so it's believed that he was a member of the Marine Corps because of the telltale tattoo on his back. That's interesting to know.
To himself as possible while using his opponent's own weight against them.
Though his go-to is Krav Maga, which is designed to take all the best moves from various martial arts to make the ultimate fighting style.
While most martial arts are designed with other purposes in mind, like exercise, Krav Maga's entire goal is basically murder.
And boy, if that is Wick to a T. In his hands, literally anything can be a deadly weapon. Knives, swords, books, his belt. Shit, he once took out 3 guys with a pencil. A number 2 pencil. And thanks to John's precise understanding of the human body, he can target weak points and vital organs with ease.
But thanks to the Continental, he doesn't have to rely on writing utensils to execute his victims.
Imagine a chain of hotels around the world that serve as a front for a whole underground society of assassins. He can consult the wine steward.
Arsenal, Remington 1875, Heckler & Koch P30L, Glocks, Glock 26, Glock 17, Glock 34, Glock 19X, Kimber Warrior, Kimber Super Carry, Colt Model 1903 Pocket Hammerless, TTI STI 2011 Combat Master. My word. Some of these I don't even know, but they do sound very lethal.
Robust selection.
Pistols, revolvers, submachine guns, assault rifles, shotgun, plastic explosives, it's all on the menu.
Though Wick prefers
Kohari Arms CA415, TR1 Ultralight, Benelli M4 Super 90, Benelli M2 Super 90, SIG Sauer MPX Copperhead, TTI SIG Sauer MPX Carbine, Knives, Remote Detonators, Bulletproof Suit and Vest. Okay. It does look like that John Wick has a more impressive arsenal.
This is Heckler & Koch P30L, a polymer-framed semi-automatic handgun that holds 15 rounds of 9x19 Parabellum.
Which he wields like an artist does a paintbrush. Wick can empty entire rooms full of enemies before they can blink, once even taking out 7 armed guards in only 3 seconds.
He's the definition of accurate, almost never missing a shot, and that includes on horseback and motorcycle back. If he's got a view to a kill, you can bet he's taking it.
And he comes literally dressed to kill with his perfectly tailored, tactically lined suit jacket that is completely bulletproof. Even repeated gunshots from close range do nothing to him.
It also helps him blend into the shadows for some sick stealth kills, and even disappear in plain sight like the goddamn Batman.
Wick eventually joined the Tarasov mob and quickly became one of their top enforcers. A grim reaper who hunted their enemies with divine prejudice.
But maybe this Angel of Death was more human than we first thought. After years of being a badass, Wick wanted out of the mob to get married to the love of his life and retire. Wow, I wonder how that first date conversation went. Man, she must have really fallen for him. I guess he put the ass in assassin.
So his boss gave him an impossible task. He could leave if he wiped out every last one of the mob's enemies in a single night. Which he did, because human or no, he's still John Wick.
Wow.
And he lived happily ever after. Well, until his former boss's snot-nosed son screwed up. Like, really badly. Great job, Theon. You never miss.
That wasn't just some dog, but a semblance of hope. The opportunity to grieve unalone. His last tether to a happy life. So Wick was back with a vengeance. Prepared to kill every last person that got in his way until the whole of New York's criminal underworld had been razed by his bloody crusade. Over the course of the 3 movies, which span only about 2 weeks, Wick left over 300 bodies in his wake.
Wow.
300! Running into him is like seeing the sky fall. You're going to die. There's no escape. He survived being stabbed.
Feats. Got revenge for his dog, cut off his own finger with minimal signs of pain, performed surgery on himself, expert in several forms of martial arts, survived getting shot and falling off of the Continental Hotel, defeated Miss Perkins, Vigo, Kasayan, Ernest, Zero. My God. John Wick doesn't mess around. And it seems that his enemies don't know that they're doomed the moment he walks in.
Rammed by cars, shot in the stomach, blown up, mutilated, and knocked off of a 10-story building, all within a fortnight.
Oh, and somewhere in there he found the energy to trek through the Saharan desert. And it's not like his injuries from the previous movie had time to heal, or the ones from the movie before that.
We cannot emphasize this enough. John Wick is unstoppable.
He's strong enough to toss around full-grown men, snap bone, and body slam 2 assassins through a bulletproof glass floor.
Wick absolutely annihilated his former Tarasov employers, the Neapolitan crime family, Kimura, and fended off an international army of assassins attacking him at random, one after the other, every few minutes.
Even after being declared excommunicado by the Continental, bereft of his former resources, he killed every last soldier sent after him by the High Table.
With barely a quantum of solace to rest. Like we said, completely unstoppable. Outgunned, outmanned, it doesn't matter. John Wick lost everything in the world that meant anything to him, and that means he won't stop killing until there's no one left, or he dies trying. And good freaking luck with that.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's no time to die for a death battle!
Let's get started. Oh.
Is not one to be taken lightly. Be careful, 007. And happy hunting.
Your concern is always touching on cue. Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. What can I get you, mate? Drinks are on me.
I prefer to be alone.
Unfortunately, I wasn't asking, Baba Yaga. Now you can come with me, or we can do this here.
Killing isn't permitted on company grounds.
Lucky me.
Oh. Whoa. Wow.
Seems you've got me at a disadvantage. You won't mind giving a dead man walking one last smoke?
What does MI6 want with me?
Your reputation precedes you. I'll be sure to keep up.
No, you won't.
Whoa. What? My God. Neither of them is showing any mercy.
To be entirely honest, I lost count.
Whoa! Man. Oof. Ooh. My God.
What comes around goes around, as they say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bond, come in. What's the mission status?
Smashing. Positively smashing.
Oh, do grow up, 007.
Whoa.
I never thought Wick could lose, but I guess I'll never say never again. Though his skills and brutal tenacity would have saved Wick initially against James Bond, you only live twice.
You mean once, right?
I know what I said.
Well, despite all that, Wick met his match in Agent 007.
And match is the optimal word here. Wick may have been an expert.
Results. James Bond, positives for faster reflexes and superior aim, wider variety of opponents, cleverer problem solver, but his negatives not as specialized in assassination. John Wick, positives, higher pain tolerance and stamina, more coverage from body armor. Negatives, slower reaction speed, cannot easily counter gadgets. So I guess there was no contest considering Bond's immense arsenal.
Martial artist, but Bond has actually practiced several of the same styles Wick has, and has been shown to be just as skilled a fighter, even defeating master martial artist himself.
Wick's ability to shatter a floor of bulletproof glass definitely makes him superhumanly strong, but Bond has fought off similarly powerful henchmen in the past.
And while Wick's speed and accuracy with the gun may look unbeatable, Bond's is just as impressive.
He's landed accurate shots just as well as Wick ever has, but more importantly, he has a faster quick draw.
That's right, despite being played by Neo himself, Wick has never dodged bullets. Bond, on the other hand, has, and that superior speed gave him an edge in
Though they are likely outliers, Bond has dodged electricity from Gustav Graves in GoldenEye 007 Reloaded, as well as laser beams in The Man with the Golden Gun and Moonraker. So not only can he dodge bullets, but Bond can also dodge electricity and laser beams. I guess Wick wasn't as impressive with his reaction speed as Bond is.
both close quarter combat and on the draw.
Though since both had body armor, the fight probably wasn't going to be won by guns alone. That's where Bond held his biggest advantage, his gadgets.
There was no way Wick would see an exploding pen or a laser watch coming.
Bond's X-ray, night vision, and echolocation gadgets would have shut down Wick's attempts at stealth, while the nanosuit would have ensured he'd stay hidden himself. So Bond's gadgets do have the upper hand over Wick's nanosuit. And I guess camouflage wouldn't help him, considering that Bond has gadgets that could see through it. So I guess that is a win for Bond.
And that's the whole point of Bond's gadgets. They're seemingly normal, everyday objects that'll take his enemy by surprise.
Given time, Bond has always used these to come up with game-winning strategies, even against numerically superior foes, especially with his more absurd technology like the invisible...
The Aston Martin is impenetrable to all of Wick's weapons, and there was nothing stopping Bond from turtling inside it. Wick's Mustang could not compete with its firepower. So, while Wick's weapons cannot penetrate through it, Bond is capable of sneaking inside it and disabling it from inside. He is one clever secret agent.
nanosuit and remote control
Wick's endurance might be mind-blowing, but he isn't invincible.
He can keep fighting even on death's door, but the deadliness of Bond's trick weapons would not have given him that option.
Diamonds are forever, but against someone just as skilled with an arsenal straight out of science fiction, Wick's luck definitely wasn't. Bond may have been the spy who loved me, but against Wick, he was going to live and let die. And you can bet tomorrow never dies. Nailed it. Look, I just had to fit the last few movies in, okay? Oh, wait, shit, I forgot about Octopussy.
The winner is Bond. James Bond.
Congratulations, Bond.
Hey, if you want more Death Metal ASAP, why not grab a membership? You'll get exclusive emotes, badges, live chat, live streams, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. Just click that join button. Thanks for watching.
Next time. Oh. Black Adam versus Apocalypse. So, that was James Bond versus John Wick, and Bond came out victoriously. It just goes to show that a variety of cleverly disguised gadgets can always overpower sheer willpower, even when you're close to dying. And the next death battle is going to be Black Adam versus Apocalypse. Boy, I can't wait to see how that one turns out. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.